before. You wouldn't let me kiss you at your front door. Well, every time I get the chance, you never want to talk about romance. If the mom don't really go, why must you make you don't go? Why can't you see that I know? I won't know that love. Hey, will you be mine? I really love you.
Well, today is our favourite day of the week. Not only is it the start of the weekend, it's also Flashback Friday.
And during his 5-decade career, Lonnie Lee worked with some of the biggest names in rock music and pioneered the rockabilly movement in Australia.
Well, it's the one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready. Now go, go, go.
In the 1950s, rock and roll was born.
Well, you can do anything but take the help of my blue suede shoe.
And what followed was a golden period in music. The rockabilly era was brought to life by the smooth vocals of Elvis Presley.
You still can find for broken-hearted lovers.
And Johnny Cash's deep, emotional ballads.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Australia's answer to the rockabilly movement came in the form of Lonnie Lee.
Ain't it so, ain't it so, well, I'm in love with you.
The performer shot to fame in the 60s after singing Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel on radio. Lonnie went on to produce 8 hit singles, including Ain't It So and I Found a New Love. He's also collaborated with Roy Orbison and penned songs for Cher.
I found a new love.
With an impressive career spanning more than 5 decades, Lonnie is still rocking his way around Australia. And Lonnie Lee joins us now. Welcome to the show, Lonnie.
Thank you, Matt.
How was it for you seeing that old vision?
Oh, it's so funny. It really is, you know. And yet, strangely enough, I remember the times. You know, I can actually remember being there doing all that stuff.
What was it like during that era?
Oh, it was exciting. The main thing was it was exciting because it was all new, and it wasn't just new for us. It was new for the audiences. You know, we'd go out, and if we were on tour, and we'd go into the town, the girls and that would run out of the shops, leave their offices, and chase us down the street and write their names all over our cars with lipstick. The whole thing was just so exciting.
Oh, wow.
That happens to me some days.
Oh, does it, Matt?
I'm not going to tell you where my car is.
You talk about touring, and you did so with stars like Jerry Lee Lewis. But there was a story with the Jerry Lee Lewis about a bit of a falling out. What happened?
Well, actually, in those days, the big stars didn't have suites and all that like they have now. Everything was all together. So on this particular tour, I and Jerry Lee Lewis shared a room on the different places. And we shared the same seat when we were travelling in the bus or whatever. So in this particular time, we were in a bus, and he was next to me here, and he said, we're going through the country. And he said, Lonnie, he said, what do you think of the country? I said, oh, I just absolutely love it. I'm from the country. He said, yeah. He said, I'm from Memphis as well. He said, I just bought 13 acres. I said, oh, that's really wonderful. And he said, a couple of Cadillacs I just got as well. And I thought, oh, that's really tremendous. And he said, what about you? Have you been out to the country? I said, yeah, I'm from the country also. My parents have a sheep station. And he said, oh, really? How big is it? And I said, 7,000 acres. And he died. He got up out of the chair, nearly knocked his head off on the thing there and said, you F, and oh, I mean, really went off his face. Because 13 acres to him, I guess it was as if I was putting him down, saying 7,000 acres. Anyway, we made up later on, and he paid me back because the deal was that we shared a room, and whoever woke up first would wake the other one up so we could catch the plane. I didn't wake up. He woke up, left me there. He caught the plane. I missed the plane, and so I didn't miss the next show, but I got there. But when I got in, he said, I got you.
He did get you.
And he did get me, yeah.
You've written some songs with some big stars, including Roy Orbison. How did that come about?
Well, I went to Nashville to try and see if my songs were going to be successful, because it's, you know, very, very difficult business, especially then. And this guy heard my songs, and he said, look, I think I'll send you to a guy who we feel is going to take Nashville from country, traditional country, into pop music, and because the sales of traditional country are going down. So his name was Don Gant. So he said he's the general manager of Acuff Music. So anyway, he sent me to Don. Don listened to a few of my songs, about 5 or 6, and he said, wow, he said, I can hear gold in your songs. And of course, to a songwriter, you think, what, are you kidding? This is my first meeting, you know. And he said, have you ever written with anybody? And I said, no, I haven't. He said, would you like to? I said, I guess so. It depends if the chemistry and whatever. He said, okay, I've got something in mind, because your songs are really international, and I know an international writer as well. I'll call you tomorrow. Anyway, he called me tomorrow, and he said, how would you like to write with Roy Orbison? Of course, I thought, well, you're joking. He said, no, I'm serious. We've checked everything out. It's right. So he's arranged a meeting for Roy and I. So we had this meeting that ended up us being locked in the boardroom for 11 hours. But we got together for quite a number of
So many stories, and you've also lived next door to Johnny Cash. I mean,
Yep.
the stories just keep coming. You're touring now, though.
Yes, we're going all over the place. We're going right through Queensland. We go to the Tallangatta, to say it right, 50s Festival next weekend, and we're all over the place. It's just wonderful. I'm just so blessed to do what I'm doing, you know.
And still to be doing it.
Yeah, with my band. I got my own band, who are also my great friends, and so it's really, really wonderful. I am just so blessed, and I do feel sorry for some of these new guys coming along. You know, X Factors and all those different shows. There's not the future for them that I've been lucky enough to have, and people like my peers, you know, have had.
Oh, there may be. There's a few.
60 years.
One Direct, yeah.
We'll have to wait.
We'll see how One Direction is going in 60
I'll be 150.
Thank you, Lonnie. So nice to take that trip down memory lane with you. You can catch Lonnie Lee on tour. For all the details, head to our website.
Now, if everybody keeps on saying, what's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? Everybody keeps on saying, what's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? Ain't it so? Ain't it so? I mean to worry you see. All you gotta do is turn down the lights, sit around and talk. Why can't you understand? Won't you hear my plea? Bring back my baby, back home in new love. She is beautiful. I had an old love. She was a cold love. Yes, indeed I do. Here we go. Yes, indeed I do. One more time. Yes, indeed I do. Well, it takes me back, way back to a time when I was young. Living on the plains of the great Northwest where blue skies touch the ground. My horse and me, we'd ride away just as dawn was about to break. Work hard all day, then at night I'd play my guitar till I fell asleep. That's what they sang. Was a tea-chest room with string around. The guitar that Billy M would play, that was my rockabilly band. Play the song. She's a white sport coat and a pink carnation. I
1950s was a golden period in music. It was known as the Rockabilly era, and it was brought to life by the smooth vocals of Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash's deep ballads.
Me on your side, you give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you, I know I'd even try to turn the tide, because you're mine. I walk the line.
And Australia's answer to the rockabilly movement came in the form of Lonnie Lee. The smooth-sounding artist produced a string of hits, including Ain't It So and I Found a New Love. And 60 years later, Lonnie Lee is still rocking his way around Australia. We're very lucky he joins us live at the desk today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
60 years, it's a pretty
time.
long time to be doing it. What keeps you going?
I guess my love of it, the
Yeah.
passion of singing. I still love singing, and that's what started me in the first place to do it. So I like that. I still love the songs. That era is sort of embedded in me, so I still love all those easy listening songs and whatever. Yeah, just good. I'll never stop.
That's good. You can't stop. Everyone's got to keep going. It's awesome, Lonnie, because you've got to, you play great music, mate, so there's lots of fans for you. You broke into the music scene in the 50s. Elvis and Johnny Cash, as we saw, were really hitting their straps in the top charts. What was the rockabilly era like?
Well, it was very new. It was very different. For us, we were just doing things that we loved. I guess just prior to the rockabilly era, there was a very smooth 50s era. So everything was the crooners. And then when rockabilly came in, which was just country, sort of hepped up a little bit, it got to us because we were all young. We were just all teenagers ourselves. So that was all very exciting. And not only us as singers, it was new, but it was new to the audiences. And all the girls would go crazy and the guys. And it was just like the Beatles or the Elvis thing. It happened out here, the same thing. We couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't walk down George Street or Martin Place without being chased and girls writing with lipstick all over our cars and everything. We love you and all that stuff.
Good times.
Very good times by the sound of it. You wrote for also some pretty big stars as well, including Roy Orbison. How did that come about?
Well, I was in Nashville. I went to Nashville in 1971, and I eventually lived there for about 9 years. And during that time, I was there as a songwriter. So I went to one of the publishing houses, Acuff Rose, which is one of the biggest publishing houses there. And the guy listened to my songs, and he said, "Oh, wow," he said, "I can hear millions of dollars in your songs and gold." So,
Sounds good.
This is what a songwriter wants to hear, right? Anyway, I said, "Oh, that's fantastic." But he said, "I think the quickest way for it is maybe if we put you with somebody, a big international act, because you write international music." So I said, "Okay." He said, "Have you written with people before?" And I said, "No, never, just me." So he said, "Would you think about it?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, I'll call you tomorrow and let me know." So anyway, he called me tomorrow and he said, "Would you like to write with Roy Orbison?" And I said, "Oh, you're joking." And he said, no, I'm serious. So that afternoon we got together and we spent about 10 hours getting to know each other personally, and found our chemistry was really fine. We had a lot in common, and so we spent the next maybe 2.5 years writing and doing lots of stuff together. I was his personal assistant there for some time as well.
Fantastic. While you were also in America, you lived next door to Johnny Cash. What was Johnny like?
Yeah. Oh, he's a lovely guy. Very nice guy. And both of them, Johnny Cash and Roy Orbison. They're very gentle people, and very honest and true, and with a lot of integrity, and John, they were both sort of a little bit cheeky at times. John especially, because sometimes if I was out the front of Roy's place and it was right on the corner and it was all dirt, and he'd come in his caddy, and as soon as he'd see me up near the gate there, he'd step on the gas, come around the corner, and all the dust had come up and stones, and so I'd be smothered in dust, and he'd call back, "Gotcha,"
He really was a hellraiser, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. But a lovely guy, yeah.
Is there anyone you wish you could have worked with that you didn't? I mean, you've obviously come in contact with some pretty amazing, iconic people over the years.
I don't know. I suppose the only person that I don't know about work with, because he would have blown me into the sandpit, and that would be Elvis, I suppose. But no one really got to work with him except in the very early stages when he was a support act. But I never got to meet him. I was very close. I was invited to a party, and I couldn't get out of the jobs that I was at. I was in Illinois at the time, and I couldn't get down to Memphis, so I missed out.
I know we've talked a lot about America, Lonnie, but how does it make you feel when guys like Billy Thorpe and Bobby Lloyd, say that you inspired them in their music, Australian artists?
Yeah, well, that's really nice to hear that, because you feel that it wasn't all for nothing. Back in those days, of course, we didn't know that. We were just doing what we did. So it was quite a shock to me many years later when all these guys said, you know, thank you, and you were the first record we ever bought, and the first person we saw on a show, and whatever. It's nice to hear, but I guess in a way it's a responsibility. But when you know it's someone like Thorpe or any of these guys, Normie Rowe or any of these guys, you know that they went to the top, and so if I inspired them just one tiny little bit, it obviously worked.
And you're still making music today, Lonnie. Well done. You've got a new record out, so all the best with it.
Thank
and
you
really
so
nice
much.
to talk to you today, mate.
Thank you. It's been
Real
my pleasure.
Thank you.
For more information on where you can catch Lonnie Lee performing, just please head over to the Daily Edition website.
Each weary day is through. How I long to be with you, my happiness. Every day I reminisce, dreaming of your tender touch. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray. Tell me no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Only tonight. Out in the Gulf Coast where we're I will know what to do. I'm gonna bring you high every day of my I am stuck. Yeah. 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 She was as nervous as she could be. She was afraid to come out of the locker. She was afraid that somebody likes 2, 3, 4 tell her people what she was. It was an that she was the world's strangest guy I ever had. I never have you unless she's mad. I got a woman, really she could be. Sometimes I think she's almost making me. Well, she makes love without a smile. Ooh, oh, dog, that drives me wild. I got a woman, really she could be. Sometimes I think she's almost making me. I got a woman, we sing and do little things that made my heart glow, but she was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. Why did I give my heart so fast? It will never happen again. But I was a mere lad of 16, and I've aged a year since then. She was only 16 all along. Too real, it's real, nothing really too real. When I feel of my heart, I can see. Whoa, yes, I'm a great pretender. Just laughing again like a clown. I seem to be I'm not used. Every man has his flaming scar, a flaming scar over his shoulder. And the man sees his flaming scar, he knows his time is found. Spend my whole life through loving you, winter, summer, springtime too. Loving you makes no difference. Something you can't remember down in Tennessee, or a trip to from Georgia about in 1953. As long as it's breezy, as long as it's fast, as long as it's open, honey, it's gonna last. It's a hillbilly rock, beating with a drum, playing the guitar like shooting from a gun, keeping up a rhythm, steady as they climb. be peace. I got a fishbone in my pocket, I got a rosewood around my wrist, and I'd do anything like a chance would break if you'd give me just